Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello my dear students, how are you? Today inshallah we will continue the previous lesson. What is climate? As we know, climate it describes the weather conditions over a long time, at least 30 years. Climate describes the weather conditions over a long time, at least 30 years. In the previous lesson we learned this. It is different between, or there is difference between weather and climate. Weather is all conditions like temperature, air pressure, wind speed, wind direction for a short time, maybe 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, but climate is completely different than weather. Climate describes the weather conditions over a long time, at least 30 years. Weather may be changed through 1 day, but climate, it is a general word talking about an area. If we talk about Saudi Arabia, it is a hot, dry climate because for a long time it's more hot, more dry, and also we learned it is near the equator, so it is more hot and dry. Now also guys, we talked about the factors that determine the climate. The first one was latitude, the second is closeness to large bodies of water, the third is elevation. We already finished latitude. Latitude is a measure how far a place is from the equator. Look guys, there is the equator, it is 0 degrees. We also learned that it's measuring between 0 and 90, 0 degrees in equator, 90 degrees up in the polar point. And guys, and we learned that we divided the earth for 3 main zones. Number 1 is tropical zone. It is here between 23.5 north and 23.5 south. It is more hot and dry because it is directly sees the sun. The second zone is temperate zone. It's between 23.5 north and 66.5 north, and also down 23.5 south and 66.5 south. The third zone is polar zone. It's always called. It's between 66.5 north and 90 degrees north, and also down in the south. Today inshallah we will start to study the second factors that determine the climate in an area. Remember guys that the bodies of water become warmer and cool more slowly than land. The earth, the land and the water not become warmer or cooler as the same. So observe this picture down. This is the United States map. We will study 2 cities, Kansas and Maryland. Kansas and Maryland, Kansas here in the middle. It is far away from these 2 oceans. If you remember guys, this ocean is called Atlantic Ocean, and this Pacific Ocean. Pacific Ocean is the biggest large body over the world. So when we talk about Kansas, we talk about land. If we talk about Maryland, Maryland refer to the cities close to the large bodies of water. Okay, in the summer, the cities near to the water will be colder than the cities here, like Kansas, far away from large bodies of water. But in winter, it is opposite because the effect of large bodies of water. So in winter, the land is more colder than the cities near to the water. So now answer question number 5. Infer, think of the effect of the ocean. What Kansas, ask you about Kansas, will be warmer or cooler than Maryland in the winter? He ask you only about the winter. What about land forms or the land here and the cities near to the water? Think for a moment guys. Because Kansas is far away from the water, it will be in winter more colder than the cities near to the water. Maryland. So write your answer. It will be colder because it is further from the ocean. Now we will going to talk about the third factor, elevation. What is elevation? Elevation is a height above the sea level. In this factor, we will study two cities. Number one, Valdivia in Chile, and the second is Plaza Huancul in Argentina. Elevation is the height above the sea level. What is sea level? As you know, guys, the landforms all over the earth is not have the same level. Maybe some landforms high, like mountains or hills or cliffs. Sometimes it is below the earth, like valleys or canyons. So scientists use the sea level to determine the level of the earth, above the sea level or lower than the sea level. If we talk here about the first country, is the first city, Valdivia. Valdivia here is only 5 meters above the sea level. Valdivia, it is only 5 meters above the sea level. But if you going to the second, Huancul, Plaza Huancul, it is 541 meters above the sea level. It's 541 meters above the sea. So, Plaza Huancul, Argentina, average yearly precipitation 132 millimeter. But Valdivia, Chile, average yearly precipitation is 2,593. Observe the different amount of the water, of the precipitation, guys. Precipitation, the rain from the sky or from the clouds. The city is near or close to the sea level, but it's high, so it's less amount of rain. Now let's answer question number 6. Show, draw, and an arrow to show how wind flows between the cities. Show on the map. Explain your answer. He asked you about these two cities, Valdivia and Plaza Huancul. We said Valdivia has 5 meters only height, but Plaza Huancul has more 500 height. So if you remember, guys, the air pressure here is more than here because it is not height. We studied before that the air pressure will be less if you going up. So here air pressure is more than here, so the wind will move from Valdivia to Plaza. So you should draw the arrow from Valdivia to Plaza. Explain, the air goes over the mountain. Let's answer question number 7. Draw conclusion. You take a bus trip along the Florida coast from the Miami north to Jacksonville. You move from Miami, Florida, north. What temperature change would you expect if you go from Florida north? So you will move far away from the equator, so the temperature will decrease. Temperature will decrease. Write your answer. Temperature will decrease because the path moves away from the equator. Now we will answer question number 8. Name 3 factors that can influence climate. He wants you write 3 factors that determine. This is the main point in this lesson. Number 1, think for a moment, guys. Latitude. Number 2, elevation. Number 3 is the distance from large bodies of water. This is all today. Thank you guys for watching. See you soon.